Greeting interwebs! This is Agate, and welcome to another edition of Pokemon Colosseum. In the last episode, we made it through Pirate Town, defeating the horrible people. By horrible people, mostly Mayor B. And in this episode, we will follow the instructions we were told before and head north to Agate Village. Hopefully to reunite with Rui's grandparents and learn a bit more about Shadow Pokemon in the process. Now, before the video gets started, I'd like to point out, I'm trying out post-commentating all the videos for Pokemon Colosseum from now on, even the ones I don't have co-commentary guests with, which is most specifically long areas with battle after battle. I don't know, I liked how it turned out with Fire Emblem Awakening video that I just uploaded a couple days ago as recording this. And while Jackie tries, will continue to be live besides that one, since that is the whole point of trying. That video kinda made me realize that I can do a good job with post-commentary and still make it entertaining, when in the past I always was a little worried that my quality and entertainment will go down, even if my professionality and ability to talk went up with doing post-commentary. Anyways, just touring around the village before moving on to the main event. I was planning on battling that guy and I completely forgot I'd never battled him. Sad face. You know, I wonder how old this guy is, because he kinda acts like he was an uncle or someone of that figure too, really. Oh please, stop it! But we never get to hear from this guy and his relationship with Rui after that, ever. Anyways, these are Rui's grandparents, I suppose. Egon and Blah. Blah says, "Ah, Sarah, welcome. We heard you made it and we're coming, but you never arrived. So what hold you up?" And now Rui's gonna be telling the folks of how she got abducted, kidnapped, and who knows what else shady people would want to do with someone in a bag. Well, I'm sure she was fine in the end. After all, the game's rated E for everyone, everybody. So now the Shadow Pokemon are being revealed to Egon and friends. And finally, someone besides us actually has no freaking clue what a Shadow Pokemon was the first time it was introduced. Help! There's trouble! Serious outsiders! They're in the relic! What? Who dares comes into my lair? That's enough talk. I can wait. I am off. They should prepare to die. Ah, the old references are old. That's just the way I roll. Anyways, look at the team, because I just, for some reason, get the feeling that they're not fully healed. Before we head off and do the proper thing of interfering with the shady guys, or at least the outsiders, we got some detours to make. First off, this Tailo. Based on the time on your GameCube, or since I'm playing on the Wii, every day you should be able to get a new berry. It's not too useful, but it's worthwhile enough to me that I usually come every day I'm recording. At least that's what I'm planning to. When I'm playing the game, I just go every day that is a new day that I decide to play it. And there's the daycare lady, I'll get more to her later, but for now, allow me to introduce you to the Name Raider. The Name Raider can change the nickname of any Pokemon, unless it's a Shadow Pokemon. Then he'll give the whole blah about come back with your earnest trust. However, we don't know the final steps of purification, so we can only nickname our Umbreon. So, get a load of what I decided to nickname him. Ta-da! Meet the Dark Knight. Yeah, it's a play on words. Because he's dark colored and he's very defensive, so he could be considered a knight. Guess who's also a dark knight? If you guess Batman, then yeah. I think I was going for both when I first came up with the nickname in my practice run. So, next step to take care of is to equip this Macho Brace onto Remoraid. Because Remoraid is going to need all the boost it can get. And I believe this Chesto Berry is going to go right onto the Dark Knight. If we had more items, then perhaps we could give something to Failplume. However, Failplume unfortunately can't get a Miracle Seed. Because guess who has the Miracle Seed in this game? If you guessed the Bayleaf that we couldn't snag because we snagged Quilava, that is correct. And if you're wondering where that Mystic Water is, indeed, the crocodile that you can snake, it has that Mystic Water. I can never remember when that trainer gives you a certain item that I want to help with the purification process. I swear she gives it to you, but I can never remember when. And I still have yet to get that item. Well, I suppose I could always look it up online if I truly am stumped and can't figure out what. Pokemon Center's coming up. I might as well double check to make sure that my team's fully healed. And since I'm on the screen, let's do some rearranging. Extreme Team Lineup, Jackie K Edition, before heading into the Relic. Or we could be heading into this cave that leads to the Relic. And when you know the outsiders are here, and they're shady people, and they mention an old man, and they want to stop us, I believe this all adds up to, they're the bad guys, we gotta destroy them, by sending out Pokemon at each other. I believe today shall be the day that Sudowoodo gets his first battle. Oh, and Remoraid too. Maybe Remoraid will actually get some experience, or at least the EVs from the Macho Brace. Now, since EVs are only really needed to know the details of for competitive battling, I won't go into too much detail here. You can pretty much battle Pokemon in a main story playthrough and not have to worry too much about those sorts of things. I personally never even pay attention to the natures in a playthrough. Would it be beneficial? Sure, but it's far from necessary. Just know that the Macho Brace will allow Remoraid to make the most out of his level ups quicker than if it didn't have the Macho Brace, but at the cost of being a bit slower at the current moment. It's not the most efficient way to make the most out of your level ups, but it'll definitely be more than enough for this particular situation with this particular Remoraid. Oh look, Remoraid didn't even get to defeat one Pokemon. So, if this keeps happening every time Remoraid gets sent out, it'll probably be pointless to have given this Macho Brace to it. But what are the odds of that happening? Yeah, at least going to Hyper Mode will make purification a little bit quicker. Maybe we can actually get a move that won't allow it to keep going to Hyper Mode every turn. Though I'm being a little too hard on Sudowoodo since this is the first turn it got to attack. Do I have the fighting type move yet? I don't believe I do, since purification is still apparently a priority with me when it comes to my own Meditite. Yay for flinching! Wouldn't it be funny if Sudowoodo didn't get the chance to attack at all this entire battle? I'm pretty sure it doesn't happen, but so far it's missed both turns in a row. Someone's gotta do the Shadow Rush while I purify together, or we could have them both do Shadow Rush, because I am impatient. Though, I could probably just say, it'll save you guys who are watching this a bit of time. So Shadow Rush crits away! Hey, Sudowoodo, you didn't get a crit in your Hyper Mode state Shadow Rush. What gives? And congrats, Pokemon AI! Your brilliance strikes once again. That Sudowoodo was in red health. The rock smash would have been super effective against it, but apparently the psychic type Pokemon that resists the fighting type move was a higher priority to you. I congratulate you on your brilliance AIs. It's about as brilliant as my pronunciation at that particular moment. Since we have a little bit of idle time in this battle, and it just came to mind, I want to try, keyword being try, to clarify what I'm considering a dungeon in this game. It's usually an entire area with multiple paths, or just an extremely long corridor, with multiple trainers to fight, and by multiple I mean like several. Like this little cave only has a couple trainers, so I wouldn't consider that a dungeon, but like if we had to do 10 battles in a row, maybe I would count that as the definition of a dungeon, and have someone co-commentate it with me. Especially if at the end there was a boss, with a significantly major Pokemon. Mirror B is kind of an exception because you might think Sudowoodo's not that spectacular of a Pokemon, but then again, most of the time when you can catch it, minus maybe Diamond and Pearl, and those games didn't come out yet, Sudowoodo was always a rare Pokemon. The original games, Gold and Silver, you only got one chance to catch it. Ruby and Sapphire didn't have it all, but I remember Emerald having it the same way you got it in Gold and Silver. So I suppose you could consider Sudowoodo a rare Pokemon. I wouldn't consider it as powerful as a legendary per se, so that's why I wouldn't mind using it on a team. I don't think Sudowoodo will be an official party member like I explained at the very end of the last episode, but I think most people can agree that it wouldn't count as a legendary in terms of stats, and nobody would be complaining about, "Oh my gosh, you're using the legendary Sudowoodo on your team! You cheap! You're cheating the game! Don't use the legendary Sudowoodo on your team! You hawk! You hawks your game!" Legendary Sudowoodo people, you know, that just got affected by Effect Spore, go ahead and have your dreams. I swear, Sudowoodo does not go, wow. I know I criticize you, game, every time you attack a Pokemon and only do not very effective damage when you could easily attack the other Pokemon and do normal or super effective damage against it. But I would have actually gave you props as an AI if you actually went for Sudowoodo only because it was so low on health. I suppose it's better that than to go after Sudowoodo when it's full on health. And it doesn't matter now because the AI is smartening up and it took out Sudowoodo. Whoop. Guess that's all the screen time you're going to get for today. Go, Kulava! I think it's actually been a while since we've last seen it. Though I could just be mistaken and not remember the whole Mirror B fight. Yeah, that just happened last episode and I'm pretty sure I went through all my Pokemon there. But I'm pretty sure this is the first time Kulava's getting action in this video, so that's what matters, right? Probably not, but hey. Trying to make points here. Even though they're fairly dull points, they don't really lead to anything, so I barely would even consider them a point at all. Well, mission accomplished. His mission failed, so our mission has succeeded. And that should take care of both of the trainers that are blocking the way. So now we can go and say be gone and prepare to fight whatever intruders may be within the depths of the Sakem. Or it could just be a shrine. Charge! Oh my gosh, there's the actual trainer. They actually stuck a trainer up in the sky and random. Oh my gosh. Well, it was a cave. I guess she was hanging on the ceiling. But if she was, it's a pretty high way up to climb. Man, girl has upper body strength. Alright, Skiploom and Kulava. She may be strong and muscular, but she still has to go down because we have to save the day from the bad guys. Because that's what protagonists do. So, Glava, are you gonna just Shadow Rush it? And I suppose Fail Plume should do its job and Mega Drain the ground types. I mean, you have one job. Can you do it? You have one job, and you fail at it! Come on, that's super effective damage. It should have at least done half of its total health. I don't even think you can heal all that off with a single Mega Drain. Color me purple if I'm wrong, but now you definitely can't heal off that damage. Tempting to even try to finish it off, but eh. Might as well just do the move that'll make sure I don't go into hyper mode, since Kulava can't get his shadow gauge down anymore, so there's no reason to like get into hyper mode just to call it out. And if I can avoid using Shadow Rush, that's for the best, because recoil moves are fun. Skip Bloom. Couldn't you at least take it out? If that Calm Mind happened before you did the Mega Drain, I can understand. But could you really not do a teensy bit more damage? I know your whole evolution line isn't the strongest grass type line in the entire game, but you're almost fully evolved. Thank you. If that wasn't a 3-hit KO, you'd probably be sleeping out in the doghouse again. I mean, I might have forgiven you since it did raise the special defense and all, but there is no excuse for you to take 3 hits to take it out in the first place. Well, all we can do is finish this guy off, or girl. Yeah, it's a girl. Pardon me if I'm a little too used to just using the term guys as plural for male and females together, because it is technically that way from what I learned in English. If there's multiple girls, you would say girls. If there's multiple guys, you say guys. If there's a mix of guys and girls, I am pretty sure you would say guys. If you really wanted to make the girls feel special, you could say guys and girls. But I think that's the way it works. Isn't the English language kind of funny? Anyways, English lesson aside, we've made a good amount of progress today in Pokemon Colosseum. We made it to a new town, we fought some trainers, and we set up the stage for taking on whatever obstacle lays on the other side of this light in the next episode. In between parts, I'll probably go back and heal because my team could be in better shape. But we will be saving the Agate Village in the next episode, or my name is not Jacket K. Hero of the commentaries. I gotta keep that ego in check, otherwise it could cause some bad things. Anyways, I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye.